Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about rerolling in Zenless Zone Zero. Before we begin, I want to let you know that the salting email method does indeed work. There is one popular website out there that it claims it doesn't work, but it definitely worked for Honestreview and Wuthering Waves as well. Here on the screen you can see how the salted email works, so feel free to pause the video if you'd like to see that. I have also played in closed beta, and from what I've seen, it takes about 20 minutes to do one run before you unlock Gacha. I'll show you the run itself in the background. It's probably going to be a bit sped up, but nevertheless you're going to see how it looks like. Also do know that this run was done in the beta and I was not exactly speedrunning it, but still I had the ability to skip the story, which I did. Yes, there is a skip button in the game. At least it was in the beta. Hopefully it stays in the live version of the game. In this video I will also go over which characters are worth rerolling, but before that, let's talk about the Gacha Pulls. How many pulls do you get out of rerolling? So if one run takes about 20 minutes, give or take, you will have around 21 standard pulls and also around 300 gems. If there are any codes for gems, they will allow you to end up with 2 event pulls instead of just one, because one event pull is 160 gems. So if you have at least one code, that's 2 event pulls you'll be able to do. As for standard pulls, they will be used on the standard banner. There is a beginner system integrated within the standard banner, which will guarantee a 5-star character within 50 pulls. These pulls are also discounted by 20%. The base PT is at 0.6%, classic Hoyo. So regarding which characters are worth rerolling, I highly recommend trying to reroll for the limited event rate-up character Ellen Jo. She will be very good on release and will help you progress smoothly within the first few months of the game. She's a ice DPS with the ability to basically freeze enemies for a certain periods of time and also do shatter damage. She also pair up nicely with Soukaku, which is another 4-star ice DPS unit, or you could also combine her with Linkaeon, which could also work, but do note that she will probably age not that great, because as the game progresses we should expect freeze immunity from new enemies or stuff like that, and definitely she's gonna be less effective. If you learn anything from history from Hoyo games such as Cele or let's say even Venti, they aged out eventually, so I highly recommend that if you really want Ellen Jo, do try to reroll for her. However, if you're going for standard banners, it will be much easier to do so, because for standard banners you will have 20 plus pulls. My 2 biggest recommendations is between Grace and Reena. Grace specifically because she's the only anomaly character in the game. Anomaly is basically the elemental mastery from Genshin Impact or break effect equivalent from Honkai Star Rail. She can accumulate electric anomaly faster to trigger shock quicker. Besides shock dealing damage, it will also interrupt enemy actions. Machine type enemies will also be enabled to move. She can also increase the shock damage received by the enemy, meaning she can be paired nicely with other electric DPS characters such as Anton, a 4-star gacha character. I personally believe that Grace is going to be a type of character that will age decently well, because she's the only anomaly type of character. Of course they will add nuance in the future, but she could easily be combined with other type of anomaly characters in the future, especially electric type, so she will definitely last longer than some other options. As for Reena, she's the only 5-star standard support character in the game. Could she be the Bronya of Zenless Zone Zero? We shall see. Well, Reena provides a very strong buff called pen ratio. This stat basically ignores a percentage of the target defense based on this pen ratio stat. Right now she can buff 25% plus 8% of her pen ratio stat up to 35%. So this is a massive strong buff. Defense ignore in this type of games is usually very strong, so being able to buff your entire team with a buff like this is definitely going to be valuable. She also does provide an electric damage boost for your entire team, so technically you could combine Reena and Grace together. So if you can reroll for both Reena and Grace, that would be the best outcome. random. However, if you're not willing to reroll as much, I would just recommend try to at least aim for one of these two characters. As for the rest of standard character 5-star options, we do have stunners like Koleda or Linkeon. They are good for now because they will help you stun enemies faster, because stun class units have the ability to daze enemies quicker and get to stun them faster. However, I do not see them aging that well compared to Reena or Grace. However, Linkeon will really work nicely with Ellen Jo. So if you do want to go for Ellen, even if you're not re-rolling for Ellen, but you just want to pull like with the gems, which you should have enough to get her guaranteed for 1 PT or 2 within the patch, you could still re-roll for Linkeon to pair up with her. However, do keep in mind that I don't see this combination team aging that well throughout the months in the future. I would still personally recommend going with Reena or Grace. As for the rest of the standard 5-star characters, they're basically attacker roles like Nekomata or Soldier 11. In my opinion, they will age poorly because do remember Diluc from Genshin or Yanqing from Star Rail? They're just basically pure DPS type of characters. They will have their role at the start of the game and then they will get slowly phased out as they release new units. But at the end of the day, pull for who you like. So let's say if Soldier 11 is your favorite character, you could reroll still for her. But this video is more from a meta perspective. I highly recommend if you're looking for a strong start to try to reroll for Reena or Grace. As for 4-star character combinations that you can combine with Grace or Reena, we have two pretty good options. The first option is Anton. Anton is electric, so he can be combined with Grace or Reena, and you will still get the additional ability bonus by having 2 electric units in the team. As for the other 4-star character that can also pair up nicely with Reena is Corin. Corin is in the same faction as Reena, so you'll also get additional abilities, plus Corin is given for free from Equivalent of Spiral Abyss or Memory of Chaos in Genshin/Honkai Star Rail. Just like you got Janling and Chinchue for free in those games, in this game you're gonna get Corin for free, so you can easily have that nice combo from the get-go. Overall, the rerolling is faster than in Honkai Star Rail in a way because you do have skip button in the story. Of course, the skip button might get removed from the beta, but if it stays in the live version of the game, rerolling is going to be relatively simple. I highly recommend to reroll in this game if you're going to be free to play or even low spender. It can give you a nice strong boost of extra units on the account, but more importantly, getting strong supports or anomaly type of unit, which is only one in the game, which is definitely going to help you quite a lot. So yeah, I guess this is it for this video. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to ask me down in the comments below, or even better, feel free to ask me on my stream. I stream every single day on Twitch/YouTube. And of course, the YouTube thingy. If you enjoyed this type of video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I wish you a wonderful day and see you in the next video.